Blackheads can be really frustrating, and trust me, patients come to me with this exact issue all the time. So today we're going to discuss what blackheads actually are and the best products you can use to treat them. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Berg, and I'm dedicated to helping you understand your skin and find effective products that work for you. If that sounds helpful, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. First off, what exactly is a blackhead? In dermatology, blackheads are known as open comedones. Essentially, it's just a pore that's become clogged with dead skin cells and sebum being the natural oil your skin produces to stay moisturized and protected. When those trapped contents are exposed to the air, they oxidize and turn black. Combine that with the natural melanin pigment in your skin's surface, and you get a blackhead. When you compare a blackhead to a whitehead, they're actually very similar. The main difference is that a whitehead is a closed comedone, meaning the surface isn't exposed to the air, so the contents don't oxidize, leaving it looking white or skin-colored. Blackheads and whiteheads, or open and closed comedones, are classified as non-inflammatory acne because there's no surrounding redness or true microscopic inflammation around the clogged pore. Technically, blackheads can pop up anywhere on the body, but they usually appear in areas with the largest or most concentrated oil glands. Think your forehead, nose, cheeks, chin, chest, and upper back. Before we dive into treatments and product recommendations, I want to address something on the skin that looks almost identical to blackheads: sebaceous filaments. People constantly confuse sebaceous filaments with blackheads because they also involve the pores. They're actually made of the sebum lining the pore, which helps oil flow from the gland to the surface of the skin. It's an essential structure that keeps your skin moisturized and healthy. Sebaceous filaments do look slightly different, usually tan or gray, but they can easily look like clogged pores. Often, when people look closely in a magnifying mirror, they spot these tiny plugs on their nose or cheeks and panic thinking they have blackheads, but they aren't blackheads at all. I get so many DMs asking how to cure or get rid of sebaceous filaments, but the truth is you can't and you shouldn't want to. They're a crucial part of your skin's natural anatomy. Asking how to get rid of them is like asking how to get rid of your ankles. That being said, you can definitely improve the overall appearance of your pores and sebaceous filaments, as well as clear up actual blackheads by using skincare that gently exfoliates inside the pore to keep it from clogging. With that in mind, let's get into the best ingredients and products for tackling blackheads. I believe almost everyone dealing with blackheads should have a retinoid in their routine. Beyond their many other benefits, retinoids help regulate how skin cells shed inside the pore. When cell turnover is normalized, the pore is far less likely to clog. This is why I view retinoids more as blackhead prevention. Rather than just clearing out existing debris, they target pre-blackheads, stopping clogs before they even form by regulating that cellular turnover. The strongest retinoids, like tretinoin and tazarotene, require a prescription, but you don't necessarily need prescription strength to see great results. Let's look at the best over-the-counter options. First up is adapalene 0.1%. This is the most potent retinoid available over the counter, at least in the US. And you'll typically see two main brands at the drugstore: Differin Gel and La Roche-Posay Effaclar. Both come as lightweight gels. I've tried both and like them both. My patients with more sensitive skin often lean toward La Roche-Posay Effaclar, while my oilier patients, especially teen boys, tend to prefer Differin. Both are fantastic, highly effective choices. One of the biggest perks of adapalene is that it's also clinically proven to treat other forms of acne, like inflammatory breakouts. If you're dealing with more than just blackheads, adapalene should be your go-to over-the-counter starting point. Another retinoid I really like is the Medic 8 Crystal Retinol 10 Serum. This formula uses retinaldehyde, another powerful over-the-counter retinoid. It has a gorgeous serum cream texture that layers seamlessly with moisturizer, making it a great fit for a more mature skincare routine. If you're not dealing with heavy acne but want to address texture, blackheads, and fine lines, and need something gentle enough for sensitive skin that can't handle prescription strength, this is an amazing option. No matter which retinoid you choose, you need to introduce it carefully. Retinoids can cause initial irritation, which often scares people off from using them correctly. I have an entire dedicated video explaining how to properly introduce retinoids to your routine. So if you're a beginner, definitely watch that before starting. The next key ingredient, and probably the most famous for targeting blackheads, is salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is a beta-hydroxy acid. BHA. What makes it unique compared to alpha hydroxy acids, AHAs, like glycolic or lactic acid, is its ability to penetrate deep into the oily environment of the pore. Because it's oil soluble, it can directly break down that mixture of sebum and dead skin cell buildup. I perform salicylic acid chemical peels in my clinic for acne patients, but there are also some fantastic at-home products available. Probably the most famous salicylic acid product in skincare is Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. It's a holy grail product for a reason. It's incredibly effective and effortless to use. You apply it like a toner right after cleansing, either with your fingertips or a cotton pad, focusing on areas prone to blackheads. Its ease of use and consistent results make it a staple in so many routines. Salicylic acid is also super easy to incorporate via your daily cleanser. I have two favorites that I couldn't choose between, so I'm sharing both. First is the Inky List 2% Salicylic Acid Cleanser, which includes a zinc compound to help manage oil production, a super straightforward, budget-friendly option. The other is the Skin Fix Acne Cleanser, which contains 2% salicylic acid alongside azelaic acid and niacinamide. This is a unique and effective combination you don't see often in cleansers. You get the salicylic acid to clear out the blackheads, niacinamide to brighten the skin and control oil, and azelaic acid to target acne bacteria and uneven skin tone. If you suffer from blackheads alongside hyperpigmentation and excess oil, this is a phenomenal cleanser. The final blackhead fighting ingredient we need to discuss is benzoyl peroxide. This is a staple for most acne-prone skincare routines because it's anti-inflammatory, kills acne-causing bacteria, and helps exfoliate inside the pore to break up debris, causing both blackheads and whiteheads. You can use benzoyl peroxide as a leave-on treatment or in a cleanser format. The choice depends on your preference, skin sensitivity, and overall routine. One of my favorite leave-on options, which I've mentioned on the channel before, is the Neutrogena Stubborn Acne AM treatment. It contains 2.5% benzoyl peroxide, which is gentler on the skin while remaining fully effective without causing unnecessary irritation. To use this, wash your face in the morning with a gentle cleanser, dry thoroughly, and apply a very thin layer to your breakout-prone areas. If you prefer a cleanser option, I love the CeraVe Acne Foaming Cream Cleanser. If you've been to my clinic for acne, chances are I've recommended this. It's a beautifully formulated, non-harsh cleanser that makes incorporating benzoyl peroxide effortless, even for sensitive skin. You can layer other treatments on top, or simply pair it with a basic moisturizer as your primary blackhead treatment and still see great results. A couple of quick warnings about benzoyl peroxide. First, it will bleach your fabrics, including towels, pillowcases, and clothing. Be sure to rinse it off completely if you're using a cleanser, or consider using white or low-stakes linens to avoid ruining them. Trust me, I've ruined plenty over the years, but it was worth it. Second, some people have a true allergy to benzoyl peroxide, which usually presents as bright red, itchy, or swollen skin after a few uses. If that happens to you, stop using it immediately and opt for one of the other ingredients we discussed. Before wrapping up, I want to highlight a few popular methods you should avoid when dealing with blackheads, as knowing what not to do is just as important. First, avoid pore strips. Pore strips use strong adhesive to rip plugs directly out of your pores. While it might feel satisfying, it causes trauma to the pore wall, which can cause it to stretch out over time. Plus, it doesn't solve the underlying problem of continuous sticky buildup, making a consistent chemical exfoliant a much safer and smarter long-term strategy. Second, I recommend staying away from at-home pore vacuums. Using raw suction to pull debris out of your pores subjects the skin to unnecessary trauma and stretches the pore walls, setting you up for even more blackheads down the road. Patients often ask how this differs from a professional hydrofacial, which also uses vacuum technology. During a hydrofacial, a chemical exfoliant or peel is applied first to loosen the debris before any suction occurs. Furthermore, professional devices utilize far more refined, controlled technology operated by trained experts, which is very different from an at-home gadget. The same rule applies to extractions. Not every blackhead needs to be extracted, but some are too deep or stubborn for skincare products alone to clear out. When extractions are necessary, they should always be performed by a skilled esthetician or dermatologist to prevent skin trauma and ensure long-term health. What are your favorite products for tackling blackheads? Share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what works for you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.